Our third and final game. This time around, only 3 cards, only 3 questions. Good luck to you. We begin the questioning this time around with Matt. Your all-important game begins with this question. We asked 100 single women. Did your mother ever tell you it's just as easy to love a rich man as a poor man? How many women said yes, their mother told them that?
Well, Adam, I'm an expert on single women, as you know. I've already been through this.
What about poor people?
I don't think you want me to answer that.
Okay.
Wait. Did their mother say it's just as easy to love a rich man as a poor man?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, the mother would probably be lying to me. So, I'm going to say it's going to be 43.
43. All right. How many do you think that number is higher or lower, Phil?
Well, I think that it's pretty likely that people would want to tell their kids to marry for money. So that's got to be higher.
I'm going to go higher than 43. Let's see if it works out for you. The actual number of single women who said their mother told them that it's just as easy to love a rich man as a poor man is 64. It is higher, Phil.
Okay.
All right. Phil, big decision to make here to start off. Let's show you the card. It's a 10. Do you want to play it or do you want to change it?
Change it, please.
Changing the 10. The 10 now becomes a 3.
Higher.
Higher than the 3. It's a 10.
Freeze.
Freezing on the 10. Going to drag this out as much as we can, I guess.
I'm not going to play a 10.
All right, we're going to move on to the second question of the game. This time we're going to start with you, Phil.
Okay.
We asked 100 men, if you received $500 too much on your income tax refund, would you tell the IRS? How many men said they would?
Well, I don't think that people would be likely to want to fix their taxes after it's already done, because they're not going to go through the trouble. So that's got to be a pretty low number, probably about 25.
25. 25 men would tell the IRS that they received too much money. Matt, what do you think about that?
Lower.
Lower. No doubt about it. The actual number of men who would give the IRS, who would notify the IRS that they got $500 too much is 41. Oh my. All right, Phil.
Okay.
Another big decision for you. Do you want to play or do you want to change that card?
Change it.
Changing the 10. The 10 now becomes a 6.
Okay.
Not a change for the better exactly, I don't think. It's up to you. Let's see.
Higher.
Game and match up for grabs here. Higher than the 6? No!
Wow.
Matt, free shot at it.
Oh, boy.
Let's see your first card. It's a 5. Higher or lower?
Gotta go higher.
Higher than 5? It's an 8. You're right up the middle here. You can freeze. We've got one more question to go. You can go for sudden death here. You can play on.
I got it.
Going to freeze on the 8. We've come down the wire on every game of this match.
This is the first card sharks game I've ever seen on TV or live that has gone full 11 questions.
And I was glad to be a part of it. The match rests on this question, and we will start with Matt.
Okay.
Matt, we asked 100 psychiatrists. Generally, which is stronger? A woman's love for her husband or her love for her child? How many psychiatrists said a woman's love for her child is stronger?
Usually, at least from what the Lifetime Network has to be, the love for the child is stronger than
The love for the
That's
child.
usually because on that network the husband's a deadbeat or some other negative stereotype.
How do you feel about the Weather Channel, Matt? Just curious. Go on.
All hail. All hail. Okay. So I think it's a pretty high number. I'm going to go with 67.
67 psychiatrists said a woman's love for her child is stronger. Phil, how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm sort of thinking that it's very common for a woman to bond with her child, so that's got to be higher.
Higher than 67. Let's see what happens now. The actual number of psychiatrists who said a woman's love for her child is stronger is 88. Phil has control of the cards. Gigantic decision. You can play and you can change that 6. You can pass and you can force Matt to play the 8. Either way, the match ends right now. What do you want to do?
You're behind the 8 ball, buddy.
All right. Matt, it's up to you. 50-50 shot here. Which way are you going?
Higher.
For the game of the match. Higher than the 8. Yes!
Oh!
Now that was a match, ladies and gentlemen. Well played, Matt. Phil, well played. You have $100. We also have some lovely gifts for you backstage. Have a seat as we get ready to play the money cards. Matt, you earned that. Well played. Let's take you out to bonus land now. All right, here we are, the money cards, the big bet, ladies and gentlemen. You could win $32,000 by making the correct decision and betting it all every time around. We are going to give you new minute money to play with. $200 that you won in the main game, set aside, that will always be yours. $200, we're going to give you 3 cards on the bottom level. You're going to guess higher or lower, you're going to place your wager each time around. We're going to move you up to level 2, give you another $400. Play 3 more cards. Move you up to the big bet. You have to bet at least half of what you've accumulated by that point and make one final decision. You can change 1 card on each level. We're going to give you 3 cards to play with and change as you see fit. We've loaded the board. There are your 3 changes. There's the $200. Let's see your base card. You're starting with a 6. You can play that or you can change it. What would you like to do?
I'm going to play it. I'm going to say $100 higher.
$100. Keep the card, taking a chance on it. Higher than the 6? It is higher than the 6. Taking a chance paid off. You have $300 in jack. What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to play it. I'm going to say $150 lower.
$150 lower than the jack. It's an 8.
I will change the 8.
I guess you're glad that you took a chance on the 6 then. Which one are you going to change it with?
I'm going to change it with number 3.
Number 3. The 8 now becomes another jack.
Oh, that's
good change.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go, I'm going to say a little bit on the conservative side. I'm going to say $150, again, lower.
150 lower than the jack. It's a push. No win, no loss. You got 3 of a kind, so you got a great poker hand going there. Maybe that's a good omen. We're going to move you up to level 2, give you another $400. You're up to $850 now.
Alright, $850. I'm going to risk $300 of that and say lower than the jack.
$300 lower than the jack. It's a queen. No, you got burned on that one. You're down to $750, but you have a queen. Good card.
Yeah, I'm going to take $500 of that and say lower than the queen.
All right, $500. Big bet on the queen. Let's hope it pays off. I'm rooting for you. $500 lower than the queen. It's a 10.
Change it.
Changing the 10. The 10 now becomes 1 or 2.
1.
Number 1. Let's see what's behind number 1. It's another jack. Good heavens.
Apparently I do know jack. Alright, I'm going to say, wait.
Well, it won't be a push.
Yeah.
So you've lost that
That's
luxury.
true.
That's kind of the sad part.
I'm going to take $500 of that and say, again, lower than the jack.
Lower than the jack. $500 at stake here. $500 lower than the jack. It's an 8.
Oh, very good.
Lousy card, but at the best possible time. 1550, what do you want to do first of all? You got to wager at least half, remember that.
You can change
Do I can change it before I wager?
Yes.
Right? Change it.
Changing the 8. Last chance. The 8 now becomes a 10.
Oh, that's...
You must wager $775. You can wager more, but you must wager at least $775.
Okay. It's a standard 52 deck, right? It started over at the beginning of the money cards.
You got it.
It's a brand fresh deck. 1550, lower than the 10.
Going for it. This is a gamble, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, you have that $200 to fall back on if you fail here. But this is going to be $3,100 or nothing, or maybe $1,550 if it's another ten. Let's see it. You got it. $3,100 from that card. Congratulations. Plus the $200 you won earlier, you're up to $3,300. and you're going to meet another opponent. Other opponent, come on up.